see you looking at the sweaters. Anything I can help with?
I'm liking this one. What can you tell me about the material?
That's an amazing blend. It's 35% cashmere, 30% wool, 20% poly, and 15% cash back.
Oh, I like that.
When you shop with Retail Me Not, you find money everywhere. Coupons, deals, cash back on everything, like cosmetics, travel, restaurants, and clothing, at your favorite places like Best Buy, Kohl's, and Macy's. It's kind of a big deal. Visit the site or get the app. Retail Me Not, yours for the saving.
Every handshake can lead to something different. And whether it's building buildings or delivering foods, each deserves a banking partnership that's one of a kind. At CIBC, we tailor our services to you. We deliver on your business goals with an experienced commercial banking team you know and the resources of a bank with 150 years of putting clients first. A handshake with us leads to a banking partnership that's made for you. CIBC Commercial Banking. CIBC Bank USA, member FDIC.
Uplift the lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio.
And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
There's a place that I wanna go, where the sun is always shining, folks are always smiling. Go a place where crying is unheard of and dying ain't even thought of. Oh, a place where there's no color of skin and you won't find no sin. Oh, a place, and I wanna get there. Yeah, I'm gonna get there one day. I wanna get there. I'm gonna get there one day. I got a mansion over there. I'll see mama and daddy again. I'll be caught up in the air to meet him, receive my crown and bow before the throne. Gates of pearl and streets of gold, an everlasting home. I wanna get there. I'm gonna get there. I'll just wanna get there one day.
Hey, everybody. This is Cynthia Newell, and welcome to today's podcast. I'm so glad that you're here today. We are talking about losing beautiful, but before we get started, I just want to thank you for being here, sharing your Saturday afternoon with me. I am your Rise and Win coach, Cynthia Newell of Dare to Dream. And what I do is I get the divine honor of teaching powerless, feeling clients how to start moving powerfully forward toward a life that they've always imagined. And I would love to connect with you. So if you go to my website, cynthiasnewell.com, there you can get a free copy of my ebook, Creating Your Life, and you can also sign up to be a part of my mailing list where you get weekly nuggets of inspiration. So today, again, we are talking about losing beautiful, and I want to welcome you here to this platform, From Powerless to Powerful. And God gave me this vision for this radio show, this podcast, to deal with issues that everyday people deal with where they find themselves feeling powerless, and to offer them insight on how they can feel more powerful, in their lives. And so today we're talking about losing your hair. About a couple of years ago, maybe about a year ago, I started losing my hair due to being ill. Many of you know that I was healed from stage 3 colon cancer. But on that journey, losing my hair was part of that experience. And I remember standing in front of the mirror crying uncontrollably and, feeling depressed about the fact that my hair was coming out in droves. It was coming out in clogs. And, that experience, it left me feeling very self-conscious, and I struggle with low self-esteem. Now, in our society and almost every society around the world, we associate youth and beauty and good health with luxurious hair. And so a full head of hair is important to a woman, as, we feel more beautiful and we feel more attractive. And so, hair, it's really an expression of our individualism. It's a symbol of health and femininity. And so when I began to lose my hair, I just began to be really self-conscious, as I stated before. Losing your hair, it not only affected my self-esteem or others' self-esteem, but it also, is a big influence on how we interact with others, because if you're self-conscious, you don't feel really comfortable being out and mingling with other people. And so it's a fundamental part of our personality. And so I always ask God to lead me in the discussions that I have here on my podcast. I want them to be powerful. I want them to be life-changing. And I know that I am not the only woman, that has ever experienced hair loss. I'm not the only woman that felt like her youth was taken from her, and she, I couldn't style my hair. I had to use wigs and weaves, and even in using wigs and weaves, I was concerned about that putting further strain on my hair. I was dissatisfied with the appearance of my body and just my overall image, and I felt like I was losing my personal attractiveness. Now, anybody that know me know down through the years, I love getting my hair whipped. I love going to the beauty shop, getting my hair done, and just feeling beautiful. I love that part. So, I know that there are other women who have felt embarrassed and they've lost their confidence and even felt shy. They felt humiliated and were afraid of social teasing. And so, that's why I'm bringing you this topic today, losing beautiful. When you lose your hair, what do you do? How do you manage those emotions that you feel? How do you deal with the subconscious emotions of envy and jealousy for other women whose hair looks full and fabulous? How do you deal with the work-related problems? If you're out in front of people, how do you deal with your hair being gone and you want to wear your authentic hair? You don't want to be hiding up under wigs and weaves. How do you deal with the negative effects of that it has on your social life? We're going to be talking about that and so much more on today's podcast. I don't think, given the choice, that anyone would want to lose their hair. The emotional aspects of losing your hair, it can be very challenging, and trust me, I know, and I know that some of my other sisters and even men, can attest to this. Hair loss, it has many, many, many causes, and that's why I'm excited about the guest that I have on today with me, who's going to be sharing from her book, and we're going to meet her in just a moment. But hair loss, it has many, many causes, including genetics. You can have an underactive thyroid, cancer treatments, or medical. The medications that you take can affect your hair. And for me, what I later found out, because I never did like chemo or anything like that, but my having anemia, my blood count was 3. And that, when you don't have any blood in your body, the blood is the life of your body, and so that impacted my scalp. It impacted, my hair being able to grow in full and thick, and no matter what I did, no matter how much water I drank, no matter how many hair treatments I used, my hair, if I even just pulled it, it would come out. It was not strong enough. And so I want to encourage someone today who may be faced with this challenge of losing your hair, or have been there, or you're dealing with the end product of having, lost your hair. I want to encourage you that all is not lost. You can find beautiful again, and I hope that the nuggets that we share on this podcast will be inspiring. It will help you heal. It will help you grow, and it will give you more options so that you can see that there's not just one way. You can still feel beautiful with a woman whose hair may be thinning, and so I hope that you enjoy today's podcast. I have a very special guest with me here today, Dr. Germaine Williams-Beckles, and I just want to share, I remember putting this podcast title together, and, I said, okay, this is what I want to talk about, and I was ready, and then I was recently added on to a wonderful business coach, life coach, Mia Redrick. I was added on to her Facebook group, and I was just scrolling through, looking to see who's in the group and getting some inspiration, and I happened to see a post by Dr. G, that's what I'll call her, Dr. G, and it showed a picture of her recently published book titled, Why Am I Losing My Hair? And I tell you, my spirit leaped, and it was like, you need to contact her to see if she'll be a guest on your podcast, because her message in her book is so in sync with the message that you want to bring women about the experience of losing your hair. And so I reached out to her. She didn't know me from a can of paint, and I didn't know her, but she said yes. She said yes, she would be on my podcast and come on to share with us today. So, Dr. G, you there?
Yes, I am. I am here, Cynthia. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you so much for being a guest on my show. Now, Dr. G, she has been praised for years. She has been praised for years of her no-nonsense, practical, and scientific approach to hair loss and diabetes in her practice and syndicated news columns. So we're dealing with someone that knows what she is talking about. Her years of knowledge, experience, and insight, they now all came together in her book, which she's going to share some insight from her book, Why Am I Losing My Hair? So let's welcome Dr. G for being on the From Powerless to Powerful podcast. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. G. I appreciate you sharing your Saturday afternoon with me.
Yes, you're most welcome. I'm always, available whenever you're speaking about hair loss because of the effect it has on most women and also men when they are suffering with hair and scalp issues.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So do you mind sharing with the listeners what led you to writing your book?
All right. I would say what led me to a doctor in trichology was the idea that I was actually losing my hair after being in the beauty industry for 13 years. I was there working with persons, making them look beautiful, and, only to realize one day that my hair was thinning out. And I went out and I looked for information on the issue, and for no reason, I did not get the response from other professionals that I expected. So I searched and I searched until I found a bit more. I went into trichology so that I could, further address the issue that I was suffering with. And I heard you earlier on saying, Cynthia, that you were anemic. And what I discovered that my hair loss was because of anemia also. That was the reason that I was losing hair. When I started my practice in hair solutions and wellness, there's so many persons now seeking answers because hair loss is, I would say, is the new phenomenon, So everyone is seeking answers. But I encounter persons on a daily basis that is suffering with hair loss. And when we go into the consultation and we start, diving a little deeper into the history and also the other issues that they may be suffering with, I keep coming up with this one thing: diabetes.
Oh.
Most persons do not. They don't. What I've learned, Cynthia, from doing the research, and speaking with other folks, is that most persons who suffer with diabetes don't even know actually what it is.
Wow.
Yeah. So
really?
I go, so I always realize I have to address what diabetes is and how hair loss can be a side effect, one of the side effects, because of what diabetes actually do to your body. It's a circulation issue as well as a metabolism issue. And if you're having a circulation issue, only rich in nutrients and oxygen that actually would reach the outermost regions of your body and nourish your hair. So if you're having a circulation issue, it means that your blood cannot travel and do what it needs to do for you. If you're having a metabolism issue, it means that the nutrients you are actually taking in by mouth is not, being dissolved and not turning into the chemicals they're supposed to turn into to better nourish your system. So you have two issues. So hair loss is can be one of the side effects. Let me say it this way: one of the side effects of suffering with diabetes. Now, there are two types of diabetes that I usually would be concerned with, which is 1 and 2. Type 1, type 2. The thing is, in my research, I also discovered that persons who are suffering with type 1 diabetes suffer with a certain type of hair loss because it's an autoimmune issue. So they would suffer automatically with autoimmune type hair loss. Right? While others, yes, while others who may suffer with type 2, what they need to do now is try to control that particular issue. And once the issue is controlled and the right nutrients, they are exposed to the right nutrients, it means that there will be improvement. So it's so key to understand that there's two totally different reasons that you would end up with 1 or 2, and they must be addressed differently.
Right. So I have a question. So with a person that has diabetes, how would they naturally treat hair loss in a way that it complements their diabetic therapy, what they're doing, because some of the things that they may be advised to do, it may not work with them, being on a diabetic regimen or something. So what would you offer as some suggestions that they could do?
One, there are natural things that you can do, that you can implement. You can put these things into your diet. To supplement, one, you must supplement. When you're doing a supplement for persons with diabetes, now there are some supplements that cater to for a lot of different reasons, but you should always make sure that the supplement that you are taking as a diabetic have things like minerals like chromium and vanadium. They actually assist controlling of our sugar levels. So they are minerals. They are minerals that are sometimes in multivitamins. So you always have to choose the supplements. Today, what we eat and drink no longer have the nutrients that it used to have. So you need to informing persons that they must do some sort of supplementation is very, very important. You need to use foods that your body will be able to assimilate. I mean, we have flax seeds, we have lentil peas, we have a lot, so you go into proteins, make sure that your body is absorbing enough protein. Now, protein doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go out and eat 2 pounds of meat. We have protein powders today that you can use to actually put a certain amount of nutrients in your system, and also it's easy to absorb. And it doesn't come with all the other chemicals that some of the meat products that we use on a daily basis come with. So there's lentil peas, there's things like kale, apart from the supplements, there are things like kale. There's flax seeds, there's walnuts. Would you believe that walnuts is one of those hidden treasures that most persons don't even
I love walnuts.
know? Yes, but walnut does so much. Today we are in a world with cell phones, and it actually has a high degree of omega-3s, fatty acids, vitamin E, biotin, zinc. Now, we need all of these things for tissue repair and tissue growth. And apart from that, also one of the things that actually help with radiation, we have the phones, we have this, we are so exposed today. So just knowing some of those simple things assist you. And for someone who's suffering with diabetes, they must do the research. They must do the research. And that's why I wrote this book. This book was acknowledged by a couple medical practitioners, actually said it should be a physician guide because it actually guides you through step by step the stages of diabetes and the results and the side effects that for some persons, they may be experiencing diabetic type conditions for years and not know that is signs that they may be a diabetic until it's far gone.
Right. Wow. Now,
so this, yes, go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's some great information.
Yes. So so that those were the reasons why. And apart from that, my mother died diabetes, complications, and she was an amputee, and it just sort of made me a little more partial to persons who are suffering with diabetes. And because of the business I love, which is I still love the beauty business, it's instant gratification when people walk out smiling and feeling full of life. So when I started encountering so many persons with diabetes, I just dived a little deeper into the research. So you must, as a diabetic, do, it's always advised that you do exercise on a daily basis to get your blood moving. Because if you're having problem with circulation, your blood must move, and if your blood don't move, it means it cannot do the things that it's there. What it's supposed to, the benefits it's supposed to provide for your body, it will no longer be able to do that, and that's what diabetes actually does to your system.
Right, and so it would behoove the person to really research and get information, get a better understanding of what they're dealing with when it comes to diabetes, identifying what type, of course, first, and then, following the information that you provided, find things that can help their body naturally heal. And it's so interesting that you say, that a lot of the foods no longer carry the nutrients that we need, and sometimes no matter how healthy we think that we're being or eating, it just does not make any type of sense. It doesn't make any type of difference because it doesn't contain the nutrients that we need, and so that's really important for individuals to know. And so I would encourage you all to get a copy of Dr. G's book, now, Why Am I Losing My Hair? And I have another question before I move on. So what are some things, with your experience of losing your hair, what are some things that you did to help you with managing your emotions, during that whole experience?
Cynthia, that part was really stressful. So the thing is, let me just deal with the stress. I was actually working on all these professional women. They come in and they want to look beautiful for the entire week. And for most of them, they did not know that I was going through stress, that amount of stress and depression because of my hair loss. Initially, what I did was I started, going with a little lower haircut, and I started, reflecting on weaves and what can, be a little more complimentary. Because at that time, I was only doing cosmetology. So I was not aware, I didn't have the information then to actually help myself. So it was really a depressed time, and it wasn't something that I could have shared with anyone but the staff, my staff. I would say, what can we do to make my hair look fuller? Because it was just that I got up. Cynthia, this I always laugh at this part. I keep on saying, I got up one day, and then I just realized my hair, you could have seen right through the top of my hair. So what I did was, as soon as I was, recognized and was able to be diagnosed with anemia, I simply started very slowly adding certain types of iron-based foods and tablets to my diet. So I would take a tablet when the day come, but I also would have used iron-based foods that are high in iron and high in zinc, like some of those what I called earlier on. I would use some of those because the stress alone was enough. So that was 2 bouts of hair having. I was having the hair loss because, and this is what I also try to explain to persons who suffer with the issue of hair loss. You can suffer two bouts of hair loss at the same time. You can suffer stress-related hair loss, as well as you suffer with whatever the illness, or the deficiency is. You can also suffer with those. And things like kale and spinach and lentil peas, those are some of the foods that I actually added to my diet to help me, because they also carry a percentage of iron in them.
So I have a question. I'm sorry. You were still speaking. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead. You go ahead. Yes.
Okay. So for the individual, I know you mentioned that they would have to do research, but for the individual that let's say they have an experience such as yours where they are seeking guidance from doctors and the medical staff, and they just can't come to any answers or get any answers about what the root cause is or how to even care for themselves. You mentioned that you were a doctor in trichology. Okay. Do you mind elaborating a bit on what type of physician that is?
All right. So a trichologist is not a doctor in trichology is not a physician.
Okay.
A trichology, the field, been around since 1902. Is the scientific study of the hair and scalp disorders and related diseases. So that's what the study of trichology, that's what a trichologist does. A trichologist and getting a doctoral in trichology, being a doctor in trichology, mean that you have gotten to the highest rank of being there. It's paramedical. So it's not a physician, it's a paramedical field. So for a trichologist, we actually assist persons who are suffering with hair and scalp maladies, which is diverse. It's a lot of different issues that as a trichologist, but we do everything with a holistic approach.
I see. Thank you for explaining that and helping me understand that. As you all can see, Dr. G is very passionate and knowledgeable in her field, and if you or someone you know can benefit from the information that she shared, I would encourage you to get a copy of her book. Now, where can they purchase your book?
All right. One, they can go to my website, GermaineWilliams-Beckles.com. You can go. There's a link right there. You can go straight to Amazon. It's being sold right now in most of the brand bookstores in America, and it's been a #1 Amazon seller for the past couple months. And it's also fought in medical. So it's a bestseller, but it's a #1 bestseller in 2 categories. And if for any reason someone would like to speak with me and consult with me, because I do consult, I do the coaching program. It's on the website, as well as you can go to bit.ly/Dr. Germaine Strategy Session. So that's bit.ly/Dr. Germaine Strategy Session. Because I understand, Cynthia, that there are lots of persons who contact me because, again, one simple reason, their issue is not identified in time, and they suffer with major hair loss, or in some instances, they may have a scaly scalp condition, and it's uncontrollable, all because the time wasn't taken to actually diagnose and go in there and make a, identify what is happening and make a proper recommendation, and also impress upon the client the importance and the urgency. You see, when I see clients, I inform them that just as how you would have high blood pressure and you would need to do medication to make and change the lifestyle. You would need to change your lifestyle if you're suffering with high blood pressure, which also could be a side effect of experiencing diabetes, also high cholesterol. All of these are issues that can arise out of someone experiencing diabetes, who's ill with diabetes. So I tell them that you should seek advice just as aggressively if you are suffering with hair loss or any scalp flare-up or condition, all because your hair acts as a barometer for your body. I can actually analyze someone's scalp and tell them, after, going a little deeper in to the consultation, that we need to send you to do certain tests here and send you to do a certain test across, because there's a lot of things that you can read just simply looking and magnifying someone's scalp, because your hair actually acts, as I said, as a barometer for your body.
Wow. That is so powerful. That is so powerful. We're going to take a brief break, and then when we come back, I just have just a couple of questions for you, and we're going to have a trivia so that my listeners can win a free copy of Dr. G's book. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up our conversation with Dr. G.
Stranded, lost, just caught in a daze, blinded, an outcast, like past thrown you away, broken, defeated, you can't seem to win, so you cry out, holy, because you need a friend. Stop crying, he'll be there through the night. Stop denying, he's able to change your life. No more hurting, joy comes in the light. I can see you breaking and praying that something will go right. Call on him and he'll set you free. Alpha, Omega, you're my beginning and my end. Father, my Savior, you're a healer and a friend. Master Jehovah, my life is in your hands. I am free. Confused, distracted, no focus to your calling. Your feelings useless, depression has you falling. You're praying, fasting, believing in the chance. So you cry out, holy, you need deliverance. Stop crying, he'll be there through the night. Stop denying, he's able to change your life. No more hurting, joy comes in the light. I can see you breaking and praying that something will go right. Just call on him, 'cause he'll set you free. Alpha, Omega, you're my beginning and my end. Father, my Savior, you're a healer and a friend. Master Jehovah, you see my life is in your hands. I am free. Alpha, Omega, you're my beginning and my end. Father, my Savior, you're a healer and a friend. Master Jehovah, my life is in your hands. Redeemer set me free. Said no more chains, no more chains, said no more chains, no more chains, said no more chains, no more chains. Said I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. No more chains, no more chains, whoa, no more chains, no more chains, whoa, no more chains, no more chains. Said I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. No more chains, no more chains. There are no more chains, no more chains. I see no more chains, no more chains. It looks like I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. No more chains, no more chains, no more chains, no more chains. There are no more chains, no more chains. That I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. No more chains, no more chains, no more chains, no more chains. When I look through my life, no more chains. I see that I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. No more chains are gone, no more chains are gone away. No more chains. That I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, free. Hallelujah. Free. I'm so glad I'm free. You've been so good to me. So now I'm free. Now I'm free.
Thank you, and welcome back to From Powerless to Powerful. I am your host, Rise and Win Coach Cynthia Newell. I'm so glad that you have decided to share your Saturday afternoon with me. I have been having a delicious conversation with Dr. G, who is a trichologist and the author of her book, Why Am I Losing My Hair? And so I want to thank you so much again, Dr. G, for being here. I also want to thank the Elation Gospel Radio Network for allowing me this platform to, share and help uplift and edify the body of God. And so before we go back into our conversation, I want to pose a movie trivia question for those that have tuned in to my other podcast. You know that I love movies, and so I want to give you an opportunity to win a free copy of Dr. G's book, and you can do that by going to my website, which is cynthiasnewell.com, and submitting the correct answer to this question. So the question is, what is the name of the 2009 documentary where the wonders of African American hairstyles were explored? I'll read it again, but it's also on my page, From Powerless to Powerful, which is on Facebook. But the question is, what is the name of the 2009 documentary where the wonders of African American hairstyles are explored? So go to my website, cynthiasnewell.com, and I want you to submit your answer, what you feel is the correct answer, and the winner will be announced on my next podcast. So go, answer the question, and have fun. So Dr. G has shared a lot of wonderful information with us today as a hair and scalp specialist. She does great work for men and women to help them understand the root cause of the issues they may be having with their hair and their scalp. And some of the helpful tips that she gave us was that you need to change your lifestyle. If you find yourself, struggling with diabetes and hair loss is, what is the word? It's a symptom of, or something that you're experiencing as a result of diabetes, you definitely want to change your lifestyle, even just with the diagnosis of diabetes. And that can include, more exercising. And she mentioned about, being stressed, stressed from just the fact of the illness, So you want to find things that you can do that will bring more solace, more peace, more just joy into your life. And some ways that I have done that is definitely definitely through prayer and meditation. But one of my most favorite things that I enjoy doing is taking gratitude walks and just, spending that time with God and telling God what I am most grateful for. And even as corny as it sounds, smiling and laughing, those have helped me to reduce the amount of stress, how I view things. And so the other thing that she offered to us is that you want to change your diet. And she gave us just a few key things, that could help, kale and flaxseed and walnuts and even spinach. And I know in and throughout her book she offers, more foods that can help you have a healthier body. She also mentioned supplements, making sure that you find supplements that have the minerals that your body needs. And as you do your research, which is another thing that she offered, you'll find the specific minerals that your body needs. And you want to seek advice immediately. You have to make yourself a priority in your life. And so the minute that you recognize that something is off with your body, how you're functioning, how you're feeling, you want to seek advice immediately. And Dr. G, is there anything else that you would like to add to the list that I've shared so far?
No, I thought you did an excellent job at recapping what I said. I was smiling a little while ago because I said I thought you did an excellent job. It's just that the book is there in all major book stores as well as ebook. It's also there as an ebook also. So it's soft copy as well as it's hard copy. So it is available. So, but you did an excellent job, Cynthia. Thank you.
Okay, very good. And Dr. G, just so you know, I am going to share the link that you provided so that people can schedule a strategy session. I'm going to share that on my page so that they'll have access to you on the From Powerless to Powerful page. And so if you have not liked the page yet, go there, like the page. You can also connect with Dr. G via Facebook. She provided her website. I'll also share all of that information on the Facebook page and the invite. And so I just want to encourage you all to take care of yourself. Know that you are not alone. As you can see just from the two of us, our stories, there were some similarities, but we shared an experience, and, it moved her so much to produce a book that will help other people who are challenged in this area or finding this to be their experience. So there is help. Take advantage of the help, that's available to you. You have to make you a priority in your life. And so, again, be sure to go to the website to answer the movie trivia question for an opportunity to win a free copy of Dr. G's book. Like the Facebook page, From Powerless to Powerful, so that you can get the information, or you can go to her website, of course, to get the information of how to schedule a strategy session. What part of the world are you in, Dr. G?
I'm in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
Yeah, we are very, very warm and sunny here. I travel most frequently. So I'm back and forth all the time. I should say bi-coastally, So I'm across. I'm in America, and then I'm back in Trinidad. But my major station is in Trinidad. But I work with a lot of persons virtually, and we get excellent. We receive excellent results. And I'm saying, Cynthia, because once the client gets the result, it means that we have, done one more step up at choosing persons that really do need, the assistance and the help. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you so much for accepting my invitation to be on today's podcast. I've enjoyed talking with you, and I know that the listeners are walking away with a lot of good information. Get her book, and get her book. So on Our next podcast, many of you know, I lost my dear sister friend, Darlene Renee Boyd. She passed away due to cancer on April 22nd of this year, and I want to commemorate my friend, and so I'm dedicating my next podcast to remembering Darlene. This was a magnificent mother. She was a wonder. She did a lot of great things in her 36 years here on earth, and so I'm going to share some of the funny details of our friendship, just some of the inspiration, the things that she did. We're just going to remember my dear friend Darlene. So tune in. Our next podcast will be the 27th. I think it's the 27th. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're the second and fourth Saturday. Forgive me. And then if you are not my friend on Periscope, follow me. I'm telling you to follow me, Cynthia S. Newell, because you do not want to miss out on my new series titled Learn the Language of Your Dreams. And it starts this Monday, the 15th. So if you are a dreamer and you just don't understand what your dreams are trying to say to you, this scope is for you. And it's going to be a 10-day series, and you're going to get a lot of helpful information and a personal invitation to work with me, train with me, so that you can learn how to get the most out of your dreams. So, everybody, until next time, I hope you make it a great day. God bless you. Bye, Dr. G.
Bye. Bye to everyone. Bye, Cynthia.
Okay. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I see you looking at the sweaters. Anything I can help with?
I'm liking this one. What can you tell me about the material?
That's an amazing blend. It's 35% cashmere, 30% wool, 20% poly, and 15% cash back.
Oh, I like that.
When you shop with Retail Me Not, you find money everywhere. Coupons, deals, cash back on everything, like cosmetics, travel, restaurants, and clothing, at your favorite places like Best Buy, Kohl's, and Macy's. It's kind of a big deal. Visit the site or get the app. Retail Me Not, yours for the saving.